Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of Gizmo Joe. Today, we are going to be taking a look at a wireless mechanical keyboard from Kogan. Now, if you are not in Australia and you're watching this video, you probably aren't familiar with Kogan, so I'll just give you a quick rundown. But Kogan is essentially an online retailer, and they sell pretty much everything, appliances, but electronics. And basically their ethos is that, they don't want to essentially mark stuff up too much. I mean, obviously they need to make a profit, so, that sort of ethos is debatable, I guess. But, they're a good option because they do have a wide variety of stuff. They do a lot of, sort of great imports of, Chinese products and stuff like that you don't typically see in retail stores around Australia. So they're definitely worth a look. But anyway, I needed a new keyboard, and I've always wanted a mechanical one. I've heard that, I've never had one before. I'm not a huge PC gamer, so that's not really what I'm looking for, but I do a lot of typing, in my day job and all that sort of stuff. I'm always on the computer. So I wanted something that felt nice. I was sick of all these kind of keyboards that, they are what they are, but they don't, feel particularly good. And I always like the sound of that sort of clicky mechanical keyboard. So I figured I'd give one a go. Now, this guy was 119 Australian dollars. I got it on sale, and brace yourselves, 37 bucks. So for 37 bucks, and that's with shipping as well. So I think it was actually like 33 or something like that. And it was like $4 shipping. So, I mean, I'm not super familiar with mechanical keyboards. I've never had one, but, they're expensive, and I didn't want to spend a ton for something I didn't know if I was actually like or not. So let's just take a look at this box. So first of all, it's a nondescript box, very Kogan, again, cut down on costs. So it's a wireless mechanical keyboard with LED backlight, and it's a red switch. Now, I did a little bit of research. Apparently, you got your blue switches, your red switches, your brown switches, and, from my understanding is, and I could be wrong here, and feel free to blast me in the comments for my ignorance, but the brown switches tend to be the quietest, the red switches are kind of in the middle, and then the blue switches are your sort of super loud, clicky mechanical keyboards. I'm sure there's other advantages and disadvantages to the types of switches they are, maybe how many actuations you can have or something like that, but I'm just not too sure. Feel free to educate me in the comments. But this one was the only one available, so I didn't have much of a choice. It was either red switch or nothing, so I said, okay, well, let's go with that. Anyway, like I said, it was 37 bucks. You really can't beat that price, even if it's, not the best mechanical keyboard in the world. It's going to be pretty good. So obviously, here's the keyboard. I'll set that off to the side just real quick, and we'll take a look at what's in the box. So here we got like a little warranty card, so that's, I can take a look at that later. Here's your instruction manual. It's literally like a page. Yep, not much going on here. It says it only works on Windows machines, but, maybe I'll try it on the partner's Mac or whatever. So here you have a nice sort of, and this looks pretty long. It's probably a couple meters, meter and a half maybe at least. But it's a braided micro USB cable. So this is going to be used to actually charge the keyboard. So when I read online, basically what you can do with this particular mechanical keyboard is you can use it wired all the time. So obviously if you're worried about things like lag or whatever when you're playing games, then you might opt to do that. Me, I don't like wires at all. So I like to have a very clean sort of workspace. So I'll definitely be using mine wirelessly, but again, I'm only really going to be using it for typing, not really playing any games. So it shouldn't be that big of an issue for me. But it is a nice cable. It's a braided cable. It won't get tangled. It's good quality. Now, here's your little plastic tool that helps you remove the keys if you need to replace them. And let's see, this guy is, I guess, like a wrist rest. So that must clip into the keyboard there, so that you can, lay your wrists onto this plastic bar. I probably won't be using this, just again, save space, and it kind of looks ugly. It's kind of cheapy plastic, but, and then in here, geez, this is dangerous because you have the USB receiver. So again, this is wireless if you choose to use it wirelessly, but it's not Bluetooth. So you're going to have the USB receiver, and that was jammed in this little bit of, packing styrofoam here. And because it was black along with the black styrofoam. I'm lucky I didn't throw that out. So let's take that out and set that off to the side so that I don't lose it. But other than that, that's it. So pretty nondescript packaging. It's not very exciting. It's just white. That's it. And that was all that was in the box. So let's chuck the box off to the side. And let me grab the keyboard here. So we got the keyboard, and I'm just going to pull it out of this, packaging here. And there we go. It's a little dark. Let me change my camera settings here for you guys. So, as you can see, it's a mechanical keyboard. So it looks like it's a pretty full-size keyboard. I will say that it does have some weight to it, which is, I guess, good. Like I said, I've never had a mechanical keyboard before, so I'm not entirely sure what to look for, but we'll just quickly run through the whole thing. So this is the top bit here is metal. It is sort of like a brushed aluminum or something, but I mean, I could be wrong on the material there, but it is metal. It definitely is. I did read that online as well, that it was metal. And obviously you can see the keys and stuff. Sorry, because it is metal, it's reflecting and it's making my camera go crazy. So hopefully you guys aren't get epileptic or anything like that. Now we flick it over onto the back. And obviously the bottom housing is going to be plastic. So, well, before we go to the back, there's your charging port right there. So that's your micro USB. And if we look here, obviously you get your actuating feet here. So if you want it at a bit of an angle, but if not, it's going to rest on these rubber feet. So that's good, so that the keyboard doesn't slide around or anything like that. You can see the model number there, wireless mechanical, blah, 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 blah. And so, yeah, obviously it's got an inbuilt battery and all that sort of good stuff. So let's flick it over. And let's just, give it. So they do have a decent amount of travel, and you can hear that clicky bit. So that's, the mechanical keyboard is it's making that connection physically, from what I understand, whereas regular sort of non-mechanical keyboards do it. They've got some sort of soft pad or whatever that actuates the button press or whatever. Now, this particular keyboard, I believe, is rated pretty high in terms of the amount of keystrokes it can handle. I'm not entirely sure what that number is. I apologize for that, but you can easily find that out on Kogan's website. But as far as what it feels like, and again, I haven't really used mechanical keyboards in the past, but I do like the amount of travel. You do have to put, you are physically hitting these keys, you know what I mean? Like you are, it is sort of responsive in that way. The clickiness is about the right volume for me. It's not super loud, but at the same time, it's not super quiet either. So it does sort of sound cool too, which is what I like. But obviously, it's a keyboard. I'm just going to use it for typing, so it's probably not going to be all that interesting. Now, I just flicked it on. And I probably need to charge this guy, but what you can see up here is that this F9 key has the a little light bulb icon, and what that means is that when you turn it on, the whole thing will glow blue. So it has a blue glow to it, and then if I hit, I believe, function and F9, it will change the pattern. So there's a blue light that goes down each row of keys and then just cycles back and forth. There's another one that kind of does like a wave feature across the keys. But this one here, like I said, if you want, you can just have it on all the time. Now, this has a power saving function because it is wireless. So if you don't use it or if you're not pressing any buttons for, I think, about 30 seconds or 60 seconds or something like that, it will automatically shut itself off. But other than that, the battery life supposedly is very, very good. Lasts for a really long time. So I'm excited to charge it up and get it working and, annoying the hell out of my partner, who probably isn't going to like the fact that I bought a mechanical keyboard. But too bad. Now that we're both working from home, I'm sure she'll find something to complain about regardless. No, I'm just kidding. That sounds really mean. But anyway, that's it, guys. This is what was normally a $120 keyboard for $37. If you can find a deal like that again on Kogan, just keep your eyes peeled, because to me, I mean, again, I don't know much about mechanical keyboards, so I don't know if it's good or not, but $37 sounds like a steal. And it looks solidly built, it feels solidly built, and it's probably going to be my main keyboard for quite a while. Anyway, that's going to do it for today. Like I said, I hope you guys are all staying safe and washing your hands and whatnot. And thanks for watching, and I will be back with another video soon. So that's Gizmo Joe signing out. Have a good one.